Hey guys, welcome back. If you watched my last video, you'll remember that I gave a detailed walkthrough of all the preparations that I do leading up to game day. Now, despite those preparations back a couple weeks ago, the next day I played particularly poorly. So I decided that the next video I would make would be a full film analysis of every touch that I took and the ways in which I did not successfully do my job as a center back. This match was the second round of our preseason Summer Cup against Launceston United. My job, in brief, is to organize my team, win my battles, and balance the game. In a little bit more detail, in possession, I'm supposed to be an option backwards, keep a good resting defensive shape, and to reuse that key phrase, balance the game. Now what that means is to move the ball at a quick tempo when it needs to be sped up, and to slow it down when the game calls for a calmer tempo. I want to move the ball side to side to move the other team around, draw them out, create gaps, and be patient. Direct long balls are good intermittently to keep a back four honest, the other back four that is, and worried about that option in behind. Ultimately, I want to go forwards when possible and break lines, but I don't want to force it. I want to give the ball to my 6 early and often so he can dictate the game. Defensively, I want to win my battles aerially and otherwise, and again, keep the team shape organized. That means communication for the entire 90 minutes. Now, in short, what I did do in this game was I got totally caught up in a direct style of play. I overthought a lot of the passes that I was making and overcomplicating it at times, and I also was not consistently organizing my team enough, nor was I winning all of my battles. As the game gets underway, I've just indicated with a red arrow where I'm standing on the field. My first touch is just a simple pass out to my left back. These types of passes early in the game can just help build confidence and ease my way into a game. I've kept the footage running just because we turned the ball over and I felt I did fairly well to recover quickly and put out any immediate danger. I end up conceding a corner there, but we defend it well. The next time I pick up the ball from the goalkeeper, I carry it forwards a little bit and attempt a ball into our number 10. He sets it back and we keep possession, so I feel happy with that. Now this next play is particularly important, just want to highlight it because my other center back lets that ball bounce over his head, and there's no danger in this situation because I'm able to just head it down to my left back. But this was a focal point for my coaches, both throughout the first half and at halftime. Over here from a restart, I just picked the ball up from our 10, and I'm just going to drop it back to my left back. Once I get it back from him, I do wish I opened out to switch the field of play, but I end up getting stuck on the left side. Here's a better example of receiving the ball from one side of the field, opening out, and recycling across our back four and shifting across. Here's another simple pass. I've received it from my goalkeeper, and I just give a simple pass to my left back for him to carry it forwards. Again, you see I picked it up from my goalkeeper, played it across to my right back, who gives it back to the other center back, and we swing it across again. Now, as I pick up the ball again, I'm about to make my first big mistake of the game. I telegraph my pass to my left back very easily, and I don't put enough speed on the pass either, so I turn it over. Luckily, he does well to recover and puts in a good tackle and wins the throw. I'm on the ball again over here, and I just drop it back to my right-sided center back. Just on the ball again over here, receiving it at the edge of their half, so we're sustaining a bit of possession now, and I play it out to my left back. Now on this one, I'm dropping early as I see the player preparing to play a long ball, and then step in when I see I can win it. My 6 gave me a bit of a dangerous ball backwards over the top, but did well enough to play it back to my goalkeeper. Now in this next play, their number 10 does exceptionally well to bring the ball down out of the air and looks to pick a pass in behind, but I'm able to just cut it out. Their forward was well offsides anyway. I've picked the ball again up just for my goalkeeper, and I play it into my number 10. Those are the types of passes that I want to make a lot during a game because I want to get my number 10 and my other midfielders on the ball as much as possible. On this quick restart, I played into my 6, who bounces it back to me, and I look to play a long ball in over the top to my number 10, making a run in deep. Unfortunately, it was not accurate, and he was also offsides. This one is a bit harder to see as it's on the far side of the field, but I've used this red arrow to indicate myself just conceding the foul a bit foolishly over there. And now we've turned the ball over deep in their half, and as they look to play out, I anticipate this ball into their forwards' feet and draw the foul. Again, I'm picking the ball up for my goalkeeper and just playing it out to my left back again. As he turns the ball over, they look to go long immediately, and I just look to get myself and my body positioned in between the ball and the other player. So I'm happy to draw that foul and win possession for my team. Here's another instance of just playing the ball between my left back. Once he gives it back to me, I open up and play across to my other center back. In this moment here, I've received the ball from my right back, and my number 10 looks to check in, creating space in behind for my forward to run in, and I play that long ball successfully. This movement and combination between my forward players created a lot of space, but I got caught up in looking for these long balls too often. On this long ball, we let the ball bounce once more. Luckily, I'm in behind to cover, pick the ball up, and just play it out to my right back. But again, we want to be winning that first contact. Here I'm on the ball and I just look to play another long one. Again, inaccurate, and I'm overcomplicating it. I should just be playing short and simple. Now when my left back plays this ball back to me here, ideally I turn out and play my right center back so that we can escape the pressure and switch the field of play. Instead, I go back to him and we go down this left side. It comes back to me again and I do well enough to escape the forward pressuring me, but we do get stuck in these tight spaces when we could be switching the field of play. Over here, I pick the ball up for my goalkeeper again, really deep outside my 18-yard box. And instead of playing a simple one, I look to go long again, and it's inaccurate, and we've turned the ball over. This time when I get the ball back from my left back, I just play my 6. He ends up playing it back to me, and I realize there's nothing on this side of the field, so I play it back to my goalkeeper, who can turn out and play the other side. Again, I'm looking to go long, and it's an aimless pass. And at this point, I'm getting really frustrated with myself, as are my teammates. Now, the next time I get on the ball, I have already recognized that I've misplaced too many passes and turned the ball over a lot. So I'm going to do the simple one and just play my 6's feet. In this defensive moment, have a look at our resting shape. Our back line is not at all organized or synchronized on the same line or on the same page stepping out. We turn the ball over, and I start dropping, but not quickly enough. And the ball in over the top is pretty much perfect. And we end up getting quite lucky that the forward's touch to go past my keeper took him out of play. On this next play, when I've got the ball, I drive forwards a little bit and look to play a pass in on the ground to my forward's feet. These are the types of passes I want to be making many times a game. This long ball from the goalkeeper bounces behind her back 4 again, which is poor defending, poor shape, and a very risky headed pass backwards to our goalkeeper with the forward bearing down. Our goalkeeper does really well to see off the danger, and I pick up the pieces. Over here, when I get the ball thrown into me, I have absolutely no pressure on me, so I can pick any pass I want. My forward's checking in, so I try to play his feet, and we keep possession and go out the other way. Now have a look closely at this play. I do well to read this bouncing ball and step in to win the 50-50, but I don't do well enough to return to my resting defensive shape, and I get caught out with another bouncing ball in behind. I concede a foul fighting for this ball, and it leads to a very dangerous set-piece situation. And you can see clearly this is what happens when you let the ball bounce. Now you can tell I'm a little bit uncomfortable because when this ball pops out to me, I decide to put my foot through it and just clear the ball. I'm called for the foul for holding the forward, and I step forward to argue with the referee, throw the ball away, and end up getting booked for it. My coach was not happy at all for this lack of discipline in this moment, nor was I happy with myself for getting booked for such a stupid thing. At this point, I'm doing my best to calm myself down, compose myself, recognize that I need to just do the simple thing and settle my nerves and regain control of the game. My pass into my 6 was at about knee height, but he does really well to bounce it to my left back. Over here, I'm offering support in behind for my left back as he's pressured. And again, I have very little pressure on myself, so I can get the ball back from him and go out the other side. I'm feeling a little bit more calm at this point as I'm simplifying my game, but again, I'm not feeling good about my performance overall for this first half. Now, when I get the ball back from my right back in this same sequence, there's no defender within 15 meters. So I take that as a green light to drive forwards, and I'm dribbling with my head up so I can pick a pass and break a line. Ideally, I can get on the ball in situations like this a lot, where I can cause problems with forward passes. Again, when my left back gives the ball to me, there's no one stepping forward to pressure me or confront me, so I can drive forward uncontested. Eventually, I get far enough that I reach their center mid and turn around when I realize I have no options and keep possession. I'm happy to just recycle play here with my number 10 And when I realize all the options are cut off, I turn out and go the other way. This is what I should have been doing the whole game. Despite feeling a bit better about the recent passes I've been making at this point, I choose to take another risky pass with a long ball across, looking for my right winger. I didn't execute it well enough, the ball didn't get there, and we turned it over. That's the end of the first half, and it's 1-1. As I'm walking off the field to the changing room for a halftime talk, I'm saying to myself, just calm down. You've just had one of the worst halves of your life. Learn from it, move on, get better in the second half, and let's win this game. Here's the second half getting underway. My first involvement is just winning a header. Dealt with that all right, I felt. Now I've received the ball back from my left back again, and I'm going out to switch to the other side. We're patient, we're building out the back. The ball comes back to me around the other side. And now I drive forwards because I've been given space. Over there I get fouled, but just don't get called. So I work back, win the slide tackle, and win the ball back. Fortunately, right away we cleared out of bounds, but I was happy with my reaction. Now in this play, we win the first contact. I just felt I took a little bit too long to make that 5-yard pass. If I can just speed up my play, it'll help us. I also think I should have recognized that we were stuck in a little bit of pressure, and if I can just skip my center midfielder and play out to either my right back or right winger in loads of space, that would have been better. On this throw-in, I go up for the header and get hit in the head by the other player, and I suffer a mild concussion. I was stunned and dazed for a little bit and ended up coming back in and finishing the game. That was the wrong decision ultimately, because you're not supposed to play on with a head injury if a concussion is suspected. Over here we've just had a corner and I'm retreating, just trying to get a tackle in and slow their fast breakdown. There's a little bit of a fight for the ball on the ground. In the end, we win it. The ball pops out to me, and I play it into my forward's feet. Unfortunately, we lose the ball a few seconds later. They go directly to their number 10 up top, and I contest it. I end up getting an elbow in the throat on this play, but did enough to win the ball. When I get played out for my keeper a couple minutes later, I play into my 6, just a short little pass, get it back, and I look to go long. Again, sometimes a direct ball is on if I need to relieve some pressure, but I felt I was doing it too much in this game. Even now, you can see I'm still not totally settled. Ball comes to me and I just shank a clearance. On the far side of the field, I'm driving forwards, misplace another pass, and turn the ball over. I had a chance to redeem myself here after this really poor performance so far with a scoring chance, and it's just saved over the top behind for a corner. I play out to my left back, get it back, and just play back to my goalkeeper to go out the other side. Again, just a simple pass to keep possession if nothing's on and I can't play forward. This was a glaring mistake from me in a pass in behind that I should have intercepted. I went to ground to try and intercept it, probably didn't need to, and I missed it, and it led into a dangerous scoring opportunity for them. On this throw-in, they're tossing it long into the box, and I win the first contact but get fouled over there on the far side of the field. I really get exposed for a lazy bit of defending, and my left back covers me with a good tackle. Over here, I win another aerial duel, and we manage to clear that danger. A couple minutes later, I receive the ball again from my left back and play out to my other center back. At this point, I believe it's 2-1, so we've taken the lead. Now we're trying to protect it and kill the game. This is a dangerous moment for us as my right center back just gets caught in possession and their number 10 has a chance to dribble at me and get a shot on goal. I do well to delay him and end up defending the situation. Over here, I rise up well to win this header on the free kick and get sort of tabletopped and win a foul there. Another header won, again, not helping the concussion. Here was a really scary moment, ball into the box that I managed to block, and then on the second attempt for them to cross it, I was in the way again. Just got my knee on it to clear it. My goalkeeper plays me out the left side. I look up and I don't see too many options in front of me, so I decide to play my left back, and he's able to just keep possession. On this second ball, I wish I did something a little bit more deliberate and got a little bit lucky that it went to one of my teammates. This ball, the clip is short and a bit cut off. Another clearance that actually fell to my left winger really well. It was called offsides, but you can see if you pause it at the right moment, he was quite clearly onsides. We ended up getting a third goal with a few minutes left, and that is the game. So we won the game 3-1, despite a very scrappy performance, both as a team and a really poor performance from myself personally. The best thing to do after a performance like this is to, of course, watch the game film and learn the lessons necessary, but after that, put it out of your mind. Again, I talk about having a short memory. You must be able to move past mistakes and overall bad days if you want to be a successful athlete. Of course, with the concussion coming into play as well, I wasn't able to train for a few days and I missed the next game. But at the time of recording, I'm now symptom-free and cleared to play. So I'm really happy about that. And I'm looking forward to getting back on the field, competing, and helping my team put together a better performance.